Superbird, Chapter 2. Escape from Superbird. What happened next? We just stayed in there in the dark waiting. We were afraid and we held hands. We waited for a long time. Then more lights came from the dark, with a lot more people and a lot more noise. They put Superbird on a truck and then they tried to drive it away into the dark. But Superbird was very heavy and the truck stopped in the sand lots of times. At last they drove it away. It became very quiet again. There were still a few people and some lights, but we couldn't hear any noise. Could you see the people? We were a long way away, but some of them were sitting under the lights and they looked very big, much bigger than us. We were afraid, but we decided to move towards the lights to look at the people. We soon got close to the people. What did they look like? Did they look like us? No, not at all. They were all very tall. They had brown hair all over their heads, and they had something in the middle of their faces, like our noses, but much bigger, and some had things over their eyes, things which came from their ears. Some had hair on their faces too. Did they wear clothes? Yes, they did, brown clothes, but not like ours. The clothes covered their bodies, they covered their arms, their legs, and even the tops of their heads, and they wore guns. But one of them was different. It had very long yellow hair right down to its back, and it didn't have a gun. It was sitting. A very big brown-haired person was standing, talking to it. Could you understand what they were saying? I could hear them clearly, but the sounds were strange. The words were not the same as ours. The brown-haired one was very loud. It was shouting. The yellow-haired one was quieter, saying something like "sir" over and over again. Did they see you? Well, we stayed in the dark, listening. Then there was a loud noise, and the sky was full of light. The people saw us. They shot at us with their guns. We got up and ran back into the dark very fast. They ran after us, shooting their guns. Now the sky was dark again, and I ran up the hill. When I got to the top of the hill, I stayed near the ground. Sam didn't run up the hill. He ran the other way, into the desert. They saw him. He couldn't escape. They shot him. Are you okay? Yeah, I'll be okay. I am very sad when I think of Sam. I like Sam very much. I still think of him all the time. Do you want to stop? We can talk again later. No, I'm all right now. Where was I? You were telling me about Sam Bridges. Yes, that's right. They shot him 4 or 5 times. He fell down and they shot him again. They put their lights on his body and one of them said, "No blood," something like that. And the others all said something like, "Wow." Did they find you? No, they looked for me everywhere with their lights, but they didn't come up the hill. After a long time, they went back to their cars and trucks, and some of the cars drove away. Then I fell asleep. How long did you sleep? I don't know, but when I awoke up, the sky was not so dark. I could see a big red light in the sky a long way away. Then I moved along the ground on my hands and knees to the top of the hill and down the other side. Then I ran away from the red light. It became lighter and lighter and the sky changed from black to blue. I ran and then I saw a house. When I got near the house, I saw lots of small people. They were all white except one was black and they had 4 legs. They were eating something green in the sand. When they saw me, they made strange noises and ran away towards the house. I ran too towards the house. Why? Why didn't you run away from the house? I don't know. All I know was that I wanted to run away from the light. I was afraid and tired, and the house was dark, but it got lighter, and soon the sky was blue and there was a yellow sun in the sky. Chapter 3. The House.